Hey, welcome back to MobilityWOD. Hanging out with, Sam Nix, superstar, great athlete, great coach. We're here at Dallas CrossFit Central, second to last MobilityWOD, and I want to get these guys on here. They have some really great athletes and some good coaches here. One of the things we were talking about in the last couple of days is this notion of, we see athletes dropping to the bottom of their squat, and just kind of what are they rebounding off of. Let's go ahead and squat down on the bottom for me. Oh, do you see that? He came to the top. That was for you, Diane Fu. So at the bottom position here, he's got a good squat, and his feet are really straight. He can be somewhere between 5 and 10 degrees, but what's happening in this bottom position is he's creating a lot of torque. And then if he turns his feet out, turn your feet out a lot, and then watch what happens to his bottom position. Go ahead and drop down. He gets a lot softer. And you can do this test at home, where you're going to hang out in the bottom position with feet relatively straight, kind of active. Feel what that bounce feels like. And then turn your feet out and see what happens. And you're going to notice a distinct difference, that when you change that position, they're going to end up getting soft. And this is one of the reasons we see athletes rebounding off the bottom. Now, what we're after is that we want our athletes to be able to receive in that bottom position and have a width. And I think it was Chad Vaughn who was recently saying, hey, let's get our legs a little bit wider. So width so that we can end up in a full receiving position, especially on Olympic lifting shoes with back straight, but not so that wide that I end up limiting my capsular range by my hips. And that's one of the things that happens, I think, when we misunderstand. But if I'm squatting wide, I'm probably not going to be able to get way far down because my jeans are going to limit me or my hip capsule is going to limit me, right? So what we're thinking, though, is as we lift, we need to be thinking about using this system. One of the questions comes up is, hey, should I just be rebounding off my capsule and just dropping down? No, absolutely not. You shouldn't be bouncing off your knees or rebounding off your capsule. That tells me you're not putting all your systems into play. And here's what we need to do. You need to be bouncing off of muscular tension. You need to be bouncing off of your connective tissue, off of the joint capsule. And it's that system that creates a stable kind of platform for you to receive large loads. So the problem is, just go ahead and just bounce down without any bottom. Boom, totally soft. Now this time, bounce down and just let me see you off the bottom position with your capsules on tight. And there's the difference. He ends up at full compression, and there's a place to go, and you feel supported, right? And then turn your feet out just a little bit, because we see people regularly receive like this, and then go ahead and, without wrecking yourself, see if you can bounce to the bottom position. Well, and it's so soft. Isn't that ugly? And so yesterday, we were kind of talking about this, and I want to show you the problem. I'm going to do a little model here, and hopefully this will work. And what's going to happen is I'm going to just rebound off the bottom, and we'll see what happens. So if I'm in a model where I'm not looking at position and using all of the systems available to me, muscular control, being able to connect, and I'm just leveraging my tissues, which is the same thing as just doing a muscle up and ending up in the front and side. So this is what happens, is that we're squatting, we're in good control, and if you just hit that bottom position, you just blow out your pants. I don't know if you caught that. Let's see if we can go out for a full hit. Bam! Oh, there it is. And so what ends up happening is that is the scale model for your tissues at the bottom position if you're just bouncing off those things. Hey, what's a pair of jeans for MobilityWOD? So the issue is we need to pay attention today, and that when you're doing this dynamic receiving, what's going on and how does that, I can get down right now, no problem. How does that bottom position feel? We've worked with some good Olympic lifters who are ending up receiving a little bit turned out. That makes it so that they tend to turn under a little bit and then receive. Whoop, they miss, or the snatch doesn't end up in a good position because they settle forward instead of being able to keep the back straight and stay in that upright, solid position. Adductors, groin, kind of systems all coming into play to be able to get out of the bottom. MobilityWOD, Dallas Central, second to last MobilityWOD. We'll see you guys tomorrow.